Hey friends, my name is Sara, and I like to talk about the Ten Commandments too. And I know Pastor Liz just shared with you one way she likes to remember the Ten Commandments, but I think I have something just a little bit more memorable, or it's something that speaks to me anyway, and that's donuts. Because I remember donuts, and I hope that you do too. So, the first commandment that we're going to learn about is I am the Lord your God. And that makes me think of my very favorite donut. My favorite donut is a maple frosted donut. And so this makes me think of the first commandment because my relationship with God is the most important relationship in my life. Now, I have lots of other important relationships, and I have lots of other important and fun things I do. Like I enjoy a cinnamon roll, but a cinnamon roll is not a maple donut. And so God comes first, and we're going to learn about that. Now, the second commandment makes me think of this. So this is a cruller. And when you go into a donut store and you order a cruller, this is what you get. It's a donut, but it's got a special name. So God's name is special, and we are going to learn about that in commandment 2. Now, commandment 3, we're going to remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. Donuts, they just make me think of church sometimes anyway. But if you have to really remember, you keep the Sabbath holy. You get it? Yeah. Okay, so the fourth commandment actually involves too many donuts. That's honoring your father and mother. So when I was maybe third grade, my Sunday school teachers every week brought a lot of glazed donuts, and we could eat whatever we wanted. You guys, I ate so many, I threw up at the art museum that afternoon. True story. Mom and Dad, they often know what's best for you, and that's what that commandment tells us to do, to honor our father and mother. Now, the fifth commandment, this one's kind of funny, and we'll talk about this. This one says, don't murder. Well, like a donut with sprinkles, there's something a little bit extra in that. Because the commandment says don't murder, but Jesus also tells us that means to not have hate for anybody in our heart. That little something extra we have to pay attention to, like the sprinkles on a donut. Number 6, that's a commandment about adultery, which it has to do with married people for the most part, but really it's about keeping promises. So if your buddy said, hey, I'll bring you a donut, and on his way over to your house, he ate half the donut, that is sad. He didn't keep his promise. So this is what we're going to remember for the 6th commandment. Now, the 7th commandment says don't steal. When I go into the donut shop, I have to pay for it, right? I can't just walk out without it. So always pay for your donuts. Don't steal. That's number 7. Number 8 is, this one is very important because this is a raspberry-filled donut. And this is a lemon-filled donut. Well, if my best friend likes a raspberry-filled donut and instead I trick her and I give her a lemon-filled donut, I lied. Don't lie. If your friends like the raspberry donut, keep your promise and give them the raspberry donut. Now, commandments 9 and 10. Well, they kind of go together, and we're going to learn about that. But that has to do with plain donuts and fancy donuts. Sometimes you have a plain donut, but you notice your best friend has a fancy donut. We want to remember as much as we can to be okay with what we have and to know that God gives us gifts. Even if our donut is plain and our friend's donut is fancy, we're going to learn to remember that everything we have is a gift from God. So you guys, commandments and donuts, they go together, and I'm so excited to tell you more about that coming up.